Okay, guys, answer na natin tong design problem and questions for tonight. So, share ko lang yung panel. Okay. Okay, for the project title, sign ko muna pala ito nasa top. Yung subject niya is architectural design and site planning. Okay, so may instruction dito or at least warning. And it says that if there are conflicts between a stated word and the number, amount, or figure described, the stated spelled word shall prevail. Should there be conflicts between two stated quantities, the higher figure shall prevail. So this is a sample of the instruction. May the exams meron din ito before the problem, the design problem or questions. Meron siyang instruction. So, baka ito ay meron sa dadating na exams, okay? So, read the instructions carefully. So, the state dito, na pag may conflict nga daw with the stated word or yung text and the number or the figure itself, ang magpe-prevail daw ay yung spelled word. If there is a conflict between two quantities naman, the higher figure shall prevail. Okay? Okay, so the project title, a proposed high-rise residential condominium with basement, podium, and tower components. The statement of the problem, a private developer has decided that his R5 zone property with a total lot area of 2,400 square meters and located in Marikina urban area shall serve as multi-family residential condominium building. C. Project site features. The project site is an inside lot, rectangular in shape, having 30-meter wide frontage that is facing the south. The project site uniformly slopes at 1%, draining south. 12-meter road right-of-way has a 1.8-meter wide paver. Block surface sidewalk on each side. The road right-of-way is at 0.0-meter elevation. To the right of the site is a private office condominium building. To the right is a commercial building across the site. R2 video guitars and reservoir with live band performances, and the rear is two-story residential apartments. D. The design objectives. A. To plan design a private structure that is high-density residential building, marketable and attractive to middle-income renters or leases. B. To plan design the condominium building in a way that can maximize rentals and leases for the developer. The ratio of saleable versus non-saleable spaces based on GFA shall be 70-30. Of the leasable, 85% of the total gross floor area. And C. To plan, design a building that shall serve as a landmark in the project area while considering the least cost for the development of the project. Okay, so before we proceed with the questions, papakita ko lang sa inyo yung the site is simple. Yung mas direct, straightforward naman yung pagpa-plot ng site. So, just a simple one. So, may 2,400 total lot area. So, may frontage daw na 30 meters facing the south. So, this is the south and the south. So, 80 meters yung kanyang layo with 12-meter road right-of-way. Okay, and the 0, 0 is at the street level or the sidewalk, pero may 1% ng sloping niya down to the street. Okay, so can we proceed with the questions? Hopefully, nasagutan yun. And then let's check. Okay, so for question number 1, for R5 use or occupancy with a firewall on 2 sides, a firewall can be erected on the maximum of blank of the total length of each side of the property line. So where can we find out yung maximum length ng firewall na pwede silang na pwede silang mag-build on each side of the property line. So, okay, so the R5 occupancy can be found if you check your Rule 7. So, Rule 7, it's in section 704, location and property. So, sa section 704, number ano nga ba? So, the Roman numeral 7, naka-state dito for R5 use or occupancy with a firewall on 2 sides, a firewall can be erected on a maximum of 75%. So it's letter B. Okay. So number 2. Provided that all firewall construction at the side property lines shall not exceed blank of the total perimeter of the R5 property. So, kasunod lang din yung statement na to if you refer to the to section 704. Tapos hanapin nyo yung number 4. Number 4, building footprint firewall requirements. Tapos Roman numeral mas 7. Tapos A. Letter A. So, may statement dito regarding R5 user occupancy. So, dito naman yung answer na, yung question na shall not exceed of a total percent of a perimeter. So, nandito din yan nakasulat. Provided that all firewall construction of the site property line shall not exceed 50% of the total perimeter of the R5 property. So, yun. Remind ko lang ulit. Ito, nabanggit ko na sa pointers. So, usually, there are questions sa exams na pag-pertaining to the Rule 7 or Rule 8. Yung pinaka-word or yung pinaka-statement na kung ano yung nakasulat dun sa Rule 7 or Rule 8, yun na yung nakasulat dun sa sa question. For example, this one, fill in the blank. So, itong sentence na to is the actual statement na nakasulat dun sa Rule 7, dun sa Rule 7. So, just be reminded na huwag nyo na ma-miss yun. No? Kasi it's all, yung tools natin na 7 or 8, and 8, maximize natin. Okay? Number 3, for R5U, for occupancy with firewall on one side, and at the rear property line, a firewall can be erected on the maximum of blank of the total length of the side property line. So, yan, makikita din the same. Kasunod lang nung section 7 na yan. Ano na numeral 70. So, siya naman ay D. Nakasulat doon. The R5 use occupancy of firewall one side of their property. A firewall can be erected on a maximum of 65%. 65%. It's letter C ang ating answer sa number 3. So number 4, and on a maximum of blank of the total length of the rare property. So sa rare property naman, naka-mention din dito, it's 50%. So it's letter C. So number 5. What is the allowable maximum total gross floor area or TGFA for a condominium? So, yan, sa TGFA, you can find it na yung table, Rule 7 pa rin yun. So, Rule 7, let's check, Table 7.1. Okay. So, yan ay makikita naman sa Section 705. So, Table 7.1, nandito yung allowable maximum total gross floor area. So, ang question niya is allowable maximum for a condominium. So, let's check if so, for our, di ba, ang occupancy nito, ang zoning nito or use ay R5 condominiums. So, the answer is, ang nasa table dito, ang TGFA niya is 18 times 80%. So, 18 times 80%. Letter B. So, number 6. What is the number of allowable stories or floors above established grade? Paano naman natin makikita yun? Mahanap naman natin yun sa building height limit. So, tinatanong na allowable stories and floor. So, yung table tayo, hanapin natin sa Rule 7, yung BHL. So, building height limit ay nasa Section 706, Table 7.2. Building height limit for the type of usual occupancy. So, hanapin ulit natin dito yung R5. So, sa R5, ang number of allowable stories ay 12 to 18. So, letter D. So, number 7. For the building height limit, how many meters above grade is required? So, yun lang. The next table or sa next column ay meters above highest grade. So, it's 30. Ang nakasulat sa R5 is 36 to 54. So, letter D. Okay, so number 8. Under the NBCP, which is not a part of the gross floor area of the project? A. Elevator lobby. B. Cooling towers or ACT2. C. Balcony. D. Roof decks. So GFA, ano yung mga hindi kasali? So ang hindi part ng GFA ay roof deck. Okay, letter D. Because the rest of the areas are still part of the floor, kumbaga, interior floor area. Okay. So, pag roof decks, hindi siya counted. Hindi siya counted as GFA. So, number 9 is, what is the percentage of total lot area for the maximum allowable PSO of the project? What is the percentage daw? So, saan natin po yung maximum PSO of the project? The PSO is PSO is found sa Rule 8 naman yan. Sa Rule 8. Table 8 type lang. So, sa tanong na number next. Sa tanong na the percentage, what is the percentage of the total lot area for the maximum allowable PSO? So, dito sa R5 is the maximum, ha? So, ibig sabihin, with firewall, 80%. Okay? It's letter A. So, number 10. What is the maximum allowable PSO of the total lot area for the project? So, ang allowable PSO naman. So, if it's 80, compute nga natin. So, no, first, i-compute muna natin siya sa 80% kasi yun yung maximum allowable PSO. It means with firewall, diba? So, TLA times the PSO, the percent. 2,400, kinompute ko siya ng 80%. At ang lumabas is 1,920. Pero dito sa option na to, dun sa apat, wala siyang 1,920. So, ano yung magiging answer? So, let's try. Try natin yung 70%. Sa R5 na may 70%. Ito naman yung, ito yung the firewall, ha? Okay, so 2,400 times 70. So, 1,680 ang lumabas. Which is, meron dun sa option, it's letter C. So, we will answer letter C. Okay. Number 11. What is the percentage of the total open space of the lot, TOSL? So, ang TOSL, kung paano natin makukuha, TOSL, di ba ay ISA or paved open space plus USA and paved. So, if we check, nandito rin yan sa table 8.1. So, if 20 plus 10 ay 30%. Yung 20 plus 10, meron ka, nandito kasi nakasulat na 20. 20% ng ISA, max. Ang tanong niya ay maximum, ano? So, 20 plus 10% ng USA. So, that's why we get a 30%. So, ang 30%, kung natin ang 30% ng PLA. 2, 4, ang promote, plus 30, times 30%. So, ang lumabas ay 720. Kinompute ko lang ha, but then, ang ang option dito ay, ang pagpipilian ay percent. So, it's 30%. So, it's better. Okay. So, number 12. Ayan, wait lang. Ngayon ko lang po nabasa. Ma'am, sa number 8 po, meron po sa page 124, noting na GFA exudes po yung cooling towers and ACCU. Okay. Right. Tama naman, cooling towers is kasi parang roof deck na rin siya, di ba? Nasa top siya. So, open space siya. But then, ang question ko, what if we have options like this? Balik tayo sa number 8. Yung pagpipilian mo, A, B, C, and D. So which is the best answer? What do you think? Is it letter B or letter D? Proof text. So So medyo nakakalito tong question na ito. Diba? So I guess the best answer is letter D. Kasi roof is totally open. But then, of course, wala namang close na cooling towers or ACC. So, I guess itong question na ito, medyo, kumbaga gray area ang answers natin. I mean, ang pagpipilian. Tapos, next. Ma'am, sa number 9 naman, di po ba 70% is about preparing the table 8 sa 1 connected in LDF. Sa number 10, if we will refer, if we will refer to number 10, ang maximum allowable, actually tama, iniisip ko rin kanina, bakit yung tatanungin na total maximum allowable PSO, which is 80%. Tapos, yung maximum allowable PSO niya dito sa lot area, yun ang option niya, 70%. You have outcome. So, it can be 70%. If we refer to the number 10, it's 70%. Okay, meron pa ang tanong. Wait lang. Ngayon lang. Okay, so it's a good, si Chantel na naman nagtanong. Thank you for participating. Hindi, tama to. Kasi alam mo nyo, itong problem na to, I mean, itong set ng problem na to, kaya siya, if you refer to before starting the question 1, may nakalagay compliances. Kasi it will help you na hopefully ginagawa na habang nag-answer. All the questions, 1 to under compliances, 1 to 24, the question itself or the problem o yung format nitong answer questionnaires na to, it wants you to refer to para ma-practice, it wants you to practice referring to your 7 and 8. So tama yun. While you are answering, hindi dapat naiintindihan nyo kung saan nanggagaling. The PSO is what? Ay connected sa ANDF. Ay connected sa TGFA, right? So, yung mga questions ay connect. Tama. Okay? So, yun. Hopefully na yan. Tama yung isa sa way ito na ma-practice nyo at maintindihan how rule 7 and 8 works. Okay? And then, ma-practice nyo rin para pagdating sa exam, madali nyo na makita. Alam nyo na kung saan page. Hindi na kami ihirapan. Okay. Proceed na tayo. Okay. So, number 12. What is the percentage of the maximum allowable impervious surface area of the lot? So, ang impervious surface ay ISA. So, kanina nakita na natin yan. Maximum is sa R5 is 20%. Yan. Ay. Ano ba? Number 12 na tayo. Okay, letter D. Number 13. What is the maximum allowable impervious surface area of the lot? So, yung area naman ang hinahanap niya. So, if it's 20%, let's see. So, 20% of 2,400 is 480 square meters. Okay. So, letter A. Number 14, what is the percentage of the minimum allowable unpaved surface area of the lot? So minimum naman na USA. So the minimum is sa R5 is 10%. Actually, kahit may firewall siya, 10%. Letter D. Okay. So, number 15. What is the minimum allowable unpaved surface of the lot? Okay. So, it means the TLA 2,400 times the percentage of the USA. So, times 10% is 240 square meters. Letter B. Number 16, toilet and bathrooms, laundry rooms, and similar rooms shall be provided with window or windows with an area of not less than blank of the floor area of such rooms. Ano natin makikita yan? This is about toilet and bathrooms. So, nadaanan nyo na ba? Di ba may mga room sizes? So, let's see. So, yung window openings and airspace. Yan, magkakasama yan. Yung ceiling height. So, we can find it sa section 808. So, ito. Naka-mention din dito. Minention niya dito sa number 1 ng section 808. Yung pinaka-statement, yung sentence na ang babasahin ko. However, toilet and bathrooms, laundry rooms, and similar rooms shall be provided with windows with an area not less than 1/20 of the floor area of such rooms, provided that such opening shall not be less than 240 square meters. Okay, so minention niya doon ang 1/20. Letter A. Number 17, provided that such opening shall not be less than, ayun na, minention na nga doon, 240 daw. Letter B. So number 18, residential condominium projects shall preferably be located in areas zoned as or appropriate for A, residential, B, commercial, C, mixed use, D, institutional. Okay, anong answer? So condominiums are preferably preferably located sa letter C. Ang sagot, mixed use. Okay. Number 19. For area planning, supplementary and supportive activities shall be allowed provided that A, the privacy and order of the residents are not jeopardized. B, the privacy, order, health, and safety of the residents are not threatened. C, the land use plan or zoning ordinance of the locality can accommodate such mixture of land uses. D, all of the above. Right? So based dun sa apat, actually sa tatlo, it's all correct naman, di ba? So the answer is letter D, all of the above. 20. Open spaces shall be provided within the project site pursuant to the National Building Code of the Philippines and its implementing rules and regulations. This shall include A, courtyard setbacks like wells. B, uncovered driveways, access roads, parking spaces. C, buffer strips, parks, and playgrounds. D, all of the above. Our answer is, dun sa tatlong option, it's all correct din. So, letter D, answer all of them. The number 21. The open space shall be allocated for A, basic utilities, B, community facilities, C, common areas, D, only B. Ang ganda nung sa tanong, yung answer sa D, only B. Okay, so what are the, ano sa tingin nyo ang pinaka best answer? Open space shall also be allocated for, ay, ang question kasi is, shall also, may also kasi, also be allocated. Kasi open space is preferably common areas ng open space, diba? But then the question is, saka, common areas and community facilities ng open spaces. So, ang tanong ay shall also be allocated. So, the answer is basic utilities. Pwede din siya. Parang can also be. Pwede din siyang i-allocate. Basic utilities. So, the answer here is A. Okay. So, number 22, easements for utilities such as drainage system, water supply, power lines, and communication lines shall be integrated with A. Land circulation system, B. Service area, C. Utility building, D. Common areas. What is the answer? So ito bang each type na to or system na ito, ano ba ang kanilang common denominator? What part? Ano parte sila ng area ng building? So they are all in drainage, water, and power. It's all utilities. So it should be letter C, utility building. Number 23, building orientation on lot shall take into account A, proper ventilation and sunlight, B, land characteristics, C, only A, D, both A and B. Building orientation on lot shall take into account. So ano ang kailangan natin? So A, proper ventilation and sunlight is correct. B, land characteristics is correct din. Kailangan din natin yun for building orientation. So, the answer is letter D, both A and B. So, number 24, no development shall be allowed within blank mandatory easement on both sides of Marikina Valley fault trace, such other fault traces as may be identified by PVOs. Okay. Letter A, ang option natin ay the 10 meter, B5, C 15, D 2 meters. Anong answer? Nadaanan niyo ba ito sa inyong review? So the answer is letter B, the 5 meter daw. 5 meter mandatory easement, which is right. Laging may 5 meter easement. So, okay, so that sums up the questions for compliance. So, din naman tayo. Ang questions naman sa mga susunod ay puro site planning naman. Let's proceed. Okay, question 25. As per PD 957, site preservation alteration, what should be done with regard to the slope of the site? A, grading and ditching shall be executed in a manner that will prevent erosion or flooding of adjoining properties. B, the finished grade shall have a desired slope to allow rainwater to be channeled into street drains. C, provide necessary cut and fill to prevent any depression in the area. D, any of the above. Okay, anong answer? So what should be done with regard to slope? A, B, and C are all correct. Yun yung mga ways kung paano natin term yun. Paano natin i-work out yung slope or to prevent anything erosion and flooding. So A, B, and C is correct. So the answer is any of the above. It's letter D. Okay. So number 26, in regard to preservation of site assets, suitable trees with a caliper diameter of blank or more, as well as shrubs and desirable ground cover, shall be preferred in accordance with the implementing rules and regulations of DNR. A 200 mm, B 100, C 300, D 500. So what is the right answer? So the right answer is letter A. It's 200 mm. Okay, so let's go to the next. 27. Where good quality topsoil exists in the site, it shall be banked and shall be preserved for finishing grades of A. Yards, playgrounds, parks, and garden area. B. Structural staking. C. Driveways and roadways. D. Walkways and pathways. So what is the best answer here? Kung magandang good quality of topsoil, saan ba ginagamit yun? So, out of the 4 options, the best answer is, of course, letter A. So, for yards, playgrounds, okay, for garden area. So, letter A. So, number 28, what is the inclusion of ground cover? Okay, what is ground cover? A. Stones, concrete pavements. B. Natural grades. C. Grass, shrubs, plants, and other landscaping materials. D. Finished grade line. So ground cover means the landscaping, yung grass. Ayan, letter C. So number 29, what is the purpose of ground cover? A. For aesthetic value. B. For water runoff seepage. C. To establish finished grade line. D. For permanent cover of the area. So what is the best answer for number 29? Dito sa 4 na option. So yung pinaka-useful niya kung bakit natin ginagamit ang ground cover is for runoff water seepage. Letter B. So number 30. Parks, playground, and or other recreational areas exclusive of easements, access roads, driveways, parking space shall be required for A. Projects with a gross saleable area of 2,000 square meters. B. Projects with 10 or more condominium units. C. Projects with less than 10 condominium units. D. Projects with gross saleable of 3,000 square meters. Actually, ito, if you, kung nadaanan niyo ang PD 957, nandun daw yun. So, the answer here is letter B. Projects with 10 or more condominium units. Number 31. When the condominium is part of the subdivision project, the park playground should not be more than or blank away in reaching it so that the pedestrian will not be unduly exposed to hazard. So, A, 300 meters, B, 200, C, 800, D, 100. Excuse me. Okay, ang answer ay it should not be more than 800 meters. It's letter C. Okay, number 15. The minimum area for a single park or playground shall be blank square meters sa PD 957 dito. So if you haven't read PD 957, daanan nyo lang. Okay, natin yung mga points na yun. Ang option ay A50, B30, C25, and D100. So the answer is A50 meters. Okay. Number 32. Parking space requirements for residential condominium units shall be in accordance with the provisions of National Building Code of the Philippines of how many slots? A. 1 pooled parking slot for every 6 medium cost units. B. 1 pooled parking slot for every 4 medium cost units. C. 1 pooled parking slot for every 8 medium cost units. D. 1 pooled parking slot for each unit. So the answer, nasa the building code daw to. Let's see. Check ko lang kung nasa building code. O yun. If you check mga parking, minimum parking by use, daanan nyo yung, check nyo yung table 7.4. Ano doon? Minimum required parking slot. So, ang answer dito ay letter C. 1 pooled parking slot for every 8 units. Ayan, nandito siya sa R5. If you check yung multi-family dwelling na condominium R5, yan. Sulat dito, provide 1 pooled parking slot for every 8 units. So, ang answer ay letter C. Okay, so number 33. In accordance with the National Building Code of the Philippines, can off-site parking be allowed in addition to the on-site parking? So A, allowed, provided that the designated parking area is part of the project. B, allowed, provided further that the required distance shall be in accordance with the NBCP. C, allowed in compliance with additional parking spaces as required by local ordinances. D, all of the above. So the three options are correct. Allowed naman siya as long as it's part of the project and in accordance to NBC and yung in compliance with additional parking spaces by the local ordinance. So the answer is letter D, all of the above. So number 34, access roads shall serve every building, parking space, park playground, and service points. Example, garbage collection points. Minimum road right of way shall be letter A, 10 meters, 8 meters shall be the carriageway, the remaining 2 meters will develop a sidewalk. B, 6 meters, 4 meters shall be the carriageway, 2 meters to be developed as sidewalk or planting street. C, 12 meters, 10 meters for the carriageway, the remaining 2 meters be developed as sidewalk or planting street. And D, 8 meters, 6 meters be the carriageway, the remaining 2 meters be developed as sidewalk and planting street. Okay, so ang answer dito, this can be found PD 957. Ang answer dito is letter D. So may 6 meters carriageway. 8 meters in total. Okay, so Number 35. Pathwalks shall be provided for pedestrian circulation with a minimum width of A. 1.2, B. 1, C. 0.6 meters, D. 1.5. So ano ba ang minimum pathwalks natin for pedestrian circulation? Letter A, 1.2. Okay, so number 36. All roads, major, minor, motor court for both residential and commercial condominium projects shall be paved with A, concrete, B, asphalt, C, stone, D, both A and B. Answer D. It can be paved by concrete and asphalt. So the answer is letter D. Number 37. Service area. The laundry drying area held in common shall have suitable outdoor locations, fenced or screened, and A, kept away from living rooms, entrance, or front yards. B, located accessible to parking areas. C, oriented at west sector. D, placed in utility rooms. What is the best answer? The best answer is letter C, oriented at the west sector. Inventory. So, 38, number 38. Reservoir water tank shall be provided or multi-story building. Wait lang, parang pinabasa ko ulit na ko. Reservoir water tank shall be provided or multi-story. Provided for multi-story buildings. A, if the height of the building requires water pressure in excess of that in the main water. B, if the peak drawn should reduce the pressure on the highest usable floor less than 0.06 MPa, the minimum pressure required for satisfactory operation of fixtures, particularly the splash valves. C, only A. D, both A and B. So what is the answer? So it's letter D, because A and B is correct. So both A and B. So it's letter D. Number 39, the reservoir water tank capacity should be A, 10% of the average daily demand plus fire reserve. B, 20% average daily demand plus fire reserve. C, 15%. D, 25%. So the answer here is letter 20%. 20%. Parang nasa fire flow. Letter B. Okay. So, number 40 na tayo. So, yung next question ay regarding space planning. Space planning naman. Yung last question from 25 to 4, number 39 is site planning. Okay? Ito naman. So, mas micro na tayo. Space planning. Number 40. In accordance with the requirements of National Building Code of the Philippines and its implementing rules and regulations, the federal codes, space allocation shall provide areas for living, dining, kitchen, sleeping, toilet, and bath. A, laundry area, storage, B, maids room, C, utility, D, only B. Okay, ano answer dun? The answer here is letter A. Kasi yun yung mention, yung sa NBC, ito yung mention, yung may drying area and storage. Okay. So, letter A. Number 41. Provision of elevators shall conform to the plans and specifications of the duly licensed professional, who shall determine the requirement for elevators, including the number of cars, capacity, safety features, and standards elevator type, speed and location in relation to the overall design and use of the building. Who is the professional responsible? Ayan, sino daw? For A, the architect engineer, B, the engineer, C, the mechanical engineer, D, the architect only. Sino ba ang professional responsible for this? What do you think? Hindi, ang answer dito is letter D. Payag ba kayo doon? Letter D, the architect only. Yung provision daw for elevators. Of course, we are the one who will magsasabi kung anong provisions ito as a plano and specification. Pero actually, medyo ano ko lang to, question ko lang din tong answer, kung ang answer ay architect. Kasi may mention dito yung the professional who shall determine yung capacity and standards. Yung in relation to overall design. Tama naman architect. But then, you please read carefully. Kung may mga, kasi yung specifications, of course, technical specification, it should be the mechanical engineer, right? Pero nakalagay naman dito pala. So, yung in relation to the overall design and use of the building. So that's why, yes, it's the responsibility is with the architect. So that's why the answer is that. Okay, number 42. The components of the mechanical equipments are in accordance with the National Building Code of the Philippines, the Accessibility Law, and A, National Industry Standards, and other pertinent laws. B, Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers. C, Philippine Standard Council. D, Institute of Integrated Electrical Engineers. Ang answer dito is letter A, National Industry. But then, hindi na ngayon tawag sa atin sa Pilipinas yung National Industry Standards and other pertinent laws. Actually, the one who checks the equipment, of course, is number 1, DTI, and yung Bureau of, yun na yung tawag din, yung industry standards. Check yung standards ng bawat equipment o components before lumabas sa market. So the answer here is the okay, number 43. A minimum of 2 exits other than elevators are required for condominium where number of occupants is over than A20, B30, C50, D10. The answer is letter D, 10. Number 44. Refuse collection disposal for condominiums should A, have centralized garbage depository area. Efficient refuse collection disposal services shall be provided independently. B, have centralized garbage depository area. Efficient refuse collection disposal services shall be provided in conjunction with the city or municipality garbage collection and disposal services. C, conform to the provisions of the Sanitation Code of the Philippines and its IRR pertinent federal codes. D, all of the above. Okay, so the answer is D because lahat ng yung tatlo ay tama. So, D, all of the above. Number 45. Floor area. Floor area requirements for single occupancy unit minimum floor area of A 20 square meters, B 18 square meters, C 25 square meters, and D 22 square meters. So for a single occupancy unit, ang floor area ay 18 square meters. So letter B. Number 46. A net floor area of blank square meters may be allowed provided that these are intended for students, employees, workers, and provided further that the condominium project to which this will be integrated is within highly urbanized area. Okay, so ilang square meters naman yon? So A 15, B 10, C 18, D 12. So the answer is D 12. 47. The condominium project's theme shall be provided with common basic facilities such as laundry drying area and support amenities such as A. Visitor lounge, B. Dining area, C. Business center, D. Recreational center. Okay, ano ang best answer dito? For a condominium project. Ang common basic facilities na pinag-provide nila ay, the answer is letter A, visitors lounge. Okay, so number 48. The minimum floor area of family condominium unit shall be A 36 square meters, B 22, C 20, D 25. So it's letter A, 36 square meters. 49. The minimum floor area for open market and medium cost condominium project respectively shall be A 36, B 22, C 20, D 25. The answer is letter B, 22. Okay, from number 50 to hanggang 71 na, ay architectural interiors naman. Mga questions. So, number 50. What window frame would you recommend for condominium windows? A. Aluminum, B. Wood, C. Vinyl, D. Steel. So, the best answer is A. Itong just, ano ulit, note, note nyo lang. Itong maraming ganitong questions sa exams. Yung about materials, kung anong best or best recommended for this type of project or yung type of yung type ng building. So, yan. Maraming ganyan dyan. Nalalabas. So, number 51. What kind of glazing would you recommend for condominium windows? A. Traditional glazing using a single pane of glass. B. Double glazing. C. Reflective glazing. D. None of the above. So what is the best answer? The best answer is double glazing. Sa mga buildings ngayon, lalo condominiums, double glazing na kasi yung ano ng araw, double glaze. For 52, what are the advantages of window glazing for building penetration? A, this provides a trapped air layer that provides both thermal and acoustic insulation. B, interior space can lose as much 25% their heat through windows. C, works by trapping air between two panes of glass, creating an insulating barrier that reduces heat loss, noise, and condensation to all of the above. So the answer, the three options are all correct. So that's why we need the double filter. Lahat yan, ang kanyang feature. So it protects us from UV rays, so that yung direct heat ng sun, the heat, and then also yung i-reduce siya din ng noise. Okay? So the answer is all of the above. Number 53, another term for slope glazing is A, light shelf, B, skylight, C, daylight, D, daylight. So anong best answer dito? Slope glazing. So it's letter B, skylight. Number 54, the components of skylight consist of A, plate glass, later wire glass, in metal frames and frequently incorporated both an exterior skylight and decorative interior diffuser light. B, insulating glazing captured in aluminum frames. C, both A and B. D, only A. So the answer is letter C. So it's both A and B. Okay. Number 55, skylights are applied to this type of roofing configuration. A, single slope. B, ridge and pyramid. C, barrel vault. D, or of the above. Skylights can be applied all of the above. So, ditong sa klase ng roofing na ito, pwede ang skylight. So, it's letter D, all of the above. Number 56. For cooling, 56, for cooling load-dominated buildings like condominiums and hotels, what are general guidelines necessary to ensure passive cooling? So A, increased window area and glazing, visible transmissivity on north and northeast facing walls to admit more daylight. B, decrease window area and glazing, visible transmissivity on north and northeast facing walls to admit more daylight. So yung A is increased, B ay decrease. So C, increase window area and glazing, visible transmissivity on north and southeast facing walls to admit more daylight. D, increase window area and glazing, visible transmissivity on east and northeast facing walls. So the answer here is letter A, to increase window na facing north and northeast. Kasi nandun yung daylight. Okay? So letter A. Okay? Number 57. For cooling load-dominated buildings like condominiums and hotels, what are general guidelines necessary to ensure passive cooling? Wait lang, sinecheck ko lang ba't parang pareho yung tanong. For cooling load-dominated buildings like condominiums. Okay. Pareho nga yung tanong. Yung choices lang ang different. So, letter A, limit the amount of glazing on east and southwest orientation where mid-afternoon summer sun is difficult shade, effectively with fixed fins or overhang. B, Limit the amount glazing on west and southwest orientation. So you need afternoon sun is typical shade effectively with fixed wings. Tapos C, limit the amount of glazing on west, northwest naman orientation. So and D, limit the amount of glazing in northwest and southwest orientation. Okay. What is the answer here? So actually, dito sa mga options na to, dapat alam na natin yung direction. Nasaan ba yung direction nung mid-afternoon summer sundown? Kasi yun pare-pareho yung choices eh. Nagbabago lang yung direction niya. So we have to check kung nasaan nga yung direction. So letter A, east and southwest. Nandun, nasa southwest yung from east to southwest, nandun yung midsummer sun. Okay, letter A. Number 58. For cooling load-dominated buildings like condominiums and hotels, what are general guidelines necessary to ensure passive cooling of air? So A, avoid heavily tinted or reflective glasses that reduce solar heat gain, but also reduce daylight and exterior views. B, allow heavily tinted or reflective glasses. C, avoid lightly tinted or reflective glasses. D, allow lightly tinted or reflective glasses. Okay, what is the best answer here? The answer is letter B, allow heavily tinted. Para ma-ensure ang passive cooling, we need a heavily tinted reflective glass. Letter B. Okay, 59. Light shelves are particularly suited to the predominantly A, clear sky conditions, B, cloudy sky conditions, C, sunny sky conditions, and D, none of the above. Okay, the answer here is B, cloudy sky condition. Ito yung, alam niyo yung light shelves. Ito yung, if you check, try nyo, Google what light shelves is. Yun yung horizontal, parang siyang, nagre-reflect kasi yung daylight doon, yung light sa light shelf, para siyang horizontal na surface. Para tumatalbog yung light, para magkaroon ng ilaw dun sa loob, natural lighting sa loob ng bahay o sa building. So that's why it's particularly suited pag cloudy yung skies natin. So yung indirect light nagre-reflect doon. Okay. So it's letter, the answer is letter B. Number 16. How do light shelves work for interior spaces needed natural lighting, daylighting? Ito na pala. A, reflect sunlight and daylight toward the ceiling. Even out light distribution and shade view windows. B, reflect sunlight and daylight toward the floor. Even out light distribution, shade view windows. C, reflect sunlight and daylight toward the wall. And then D, none of the above. So yun lang. Ang choices niya is saan ba siya nagre-reflect? Reflect to the ceiling, floor, or wall. As mentioned, letter A, it reflects to the ceiling. Okay. Number 61. A combination of exterior and interior shelves would be best oriented on A, east and west direction. B, east, south, and west directions. C, northeast, north, and northwest directions. D, southeast, south, and southwest directions. Okay. The best answer here is letter C. Letter C, the wrong answer. Okay. Actually, explain ko na nga. O pala. Kaya naman letter C, northeast, north, and northwest, siya yung hindi siya direct doon ang direction ng sun eh. So, parang yun yung, parang isipin natin yun yung medyo kung cloudy area siya. Kasi wala siyang direct na path yung sun. So, kaya doon siya, it would be best oriented in that direction, letter C. 62, for better light penetration, combine light shelves with A, glossy light-colored ceiling, B, of obstructions, B, flat light-colored ceilings free of obstruction, C, flat dark-colored ceilings free of obstruction, D, flat light-colored ceilings with ornamentations. So actually, here, pwede tayo mag-elimination. So from the four options, eliminate natin yung first is letter C, obviously. Dark-colored ceilings. Okay? And then, letter D, light-colored ceilings but with ornamentation. Ito ay ornamentation. No? So we don't need an ornamentation. So A and B na lang ang natira. So what is the best answer here? So it's letter B kasi flat and light-colored ceiling lang, free of obstruction. So I don't think we need the glossy ceiling. Letter B. So, okay, number 63. What type of acoustic element is best for use as partitions between adjacent units of a condominium? A, absorptive wall. B, reflective wall. C, barrier. D, sound isolator. Okay, so mag-eliminate ulit tayo. So, for this option, so letter B, it's not, pwedeng reflective wall. Doesn't make, hindi naman siya for the purpose ng acoustic. So, letter C, barrier. Well, hindi din siya for acoustic. Hindi masyado siyang, hindi siya specific. So, it's either A or D na lang. So, the best answer na dun sa dalawa ay D, sound isolator. So, for may naka-mention dito, the quality of color rendering usually, it's just, I think information lang ito. Information ito ng mga susunod na tanong. Okay. So number 64, what lighting sources can be used to achieve this type of ambient light? A, fluorescent and compact fluorescent halogen IR lamps. B, halogen IR. White sodium. C, induction fluorescent, compact fluorescent, and metal halide. D, fluorescent, compact fluorescent, and metal halide. What is the best answer? So it's letter A. Ito, marami din yung lumalabas nito ha. Parang may mga questions na meron ding electrical and sa lighting. Yung mga materials or specific na mga fittings na what is the best thing to use. O ito, katulad nito na yung what sources can be used, like this, the question number 64. So, yun. May mga questions na ganito. So, we just answer the kung, of course, hindi ko naman sinasabing lahat ito madadaanan natin kasi minsan, it's just, yung lahat ng review natin is hindi naman natin sure kung lalabas. Ano, may mga tanong talaga na we have, it's either wala tayong choice, we have to guess, or yun nga, answer by elimination. Yung mga, eliminate mo muna yung mga mukhang alam mo na hindi tama. So, tapos, hanggang maging dalawa, tatlo, ang ipagpipilian, mag-eliminate ka ulit. Hanggang maging dalawa. So, magpipili na lang kayo ng best answer between the two. Okay? Okay. So, let's proceed. Number 65. For the condominium, what type of roof is appropriate for use? A. Flat roof, the international style. B. Flat roof, modernistic. C. Side gabled, moderate, and varied slope. D. Side gabled, low slope. Okay, so ito na naman, elimination na naman ito. So, let's try. Let's eliminate first yung, of course, the side gabled and low slope. It's not effective. No. So, for the sa tatlo, best answer? So, for condominium, syempre, residential pa rin ang dating niya. Of course, now, alam ko naman ang mga modernistic na ngayon. Ang condo ngayon, halos flat roof na, di ba? So, what are is it A or B, international style or modernistic? So, ano bang kaibahan ng may international style pa at modernistic? So, actually, the answer is letter C pa rin. Side gabled, moderate, and varied slope. Number 66, a type of glass used for commercial building construction, having insulating glazing for energy efficiency and comfort. A. Clear glass. B. Frosted glass. C. Float glass. D. Stained glass. Okay, anong best answer doon? Type of glass daw, which is for commercial building, for having insulating glazing for energy efficiency. So from this, mag-eliminate ulit tayo. Letter D, stained glass. Tama ba yun? Stained glass is not really used sa commercial building. So let's eliminate that. So, natira float glass. Float glass doesn't have insulating glazing for energy efficiency glass. So, between A and B, may characteristic ng glazing and energy efficiency. It's letter B, frosted glass. Kasi yung clear glass can be a float glass as well. So, hindi siya efficient, energy efficient. Okay, 67. The most common type of roofing material used for flat roof. What is the answer here? So, A, yung ABS, B, EPDM, C, PVDC, D, HDPE, high density polyethylene. Actually, ulit tayo, elimination. So, I will first eliminate the P, I think polyvinyl. So let's eliminate that. Ang ABS din ba, ginagamit pa siya sa flat roof? So let's eliminate that. So it's either B or D. High density polyethylene pa. Ang EPDM kasi parang mas more on rubber type. Hindi siya ginagamit sa flat roof. So the answer is letter D. Number 58. Sorry. Number 68. Sorry guys, gusto kong i-verify lang to. Sige, verify natin itong itong sa um, roofing material sa pattern. So number 68, this is a surface discoloration from water or water soluble dyes located in or on the painted surface or on hardboard siding from wax in the siding. Letter A, alligatoring. B, paint blistering. C, paint bleeding. D, thermal blistering. So, anong tawag doon? Natatandaan ko yan, may question na ganito na lumabas regarding paints. Anong tawag doon sa mga paints na yung mga defects ng painting. May mga iba-iba kasing tawag doon. So, for number 68, the surface discoloration is, the answer is letter C, paint bleeding. Number 69, this occurs when painting in sun or if paint is applied to hot surfaces, the blister may be from moisture or solvent in the paint itself. When its outer skin dries before its inner layers and the inner layer is heated. A, alligatoring. B, paint blistering. C, paint, and D, thermal blistering. So the answer here is letter B. So kung hindi nyo pa nadadaanan yung type ng mga defects ng painting, daanan nyo lang para at least alam nyo yung mga term. Okay? Saka yung definition nila. Okay, number 70. This very common failure is caused by moisture getting behind paint or by painting over wet or damp surfaces. So the answer is paint blistering, letter B. Okay, thank you. Last question. Last question is number 71. This is due to application of paint in too many layers. The inner paint layers have lost elasticity as temperatures change and the building surfaces expand and contract. The old brittle paint cracks. So, ito naman ay letter A, alligator. So, isa pang tip. Minsan, may mga question na ganito. If you notice, itong apat na tong last question, may definition siya, di ba? Pero the option is, pare-pareho lang yan. Pare-pareho. So, pero, dinefine niya yung apat na yon dito sa apat na question. So, if any case, kunyari, alam nyo na may dalawa na kayong alam. So, tapos yung next question is, yun pa rin yung option. Of course, edi nakapag-eliminate na kayo. Sure na kayo dun sa definition ng dalawa. So, pagpapipiliin nyo na lang, for example, ay dalawa na lang ulit. So, at least you have may na-eliminate na kayo. So, may more chance of winning ang account. No? So, mamimili na lang kayo sa dalawa. That's the answer. Okay? So, that's okay. So, that's all. Ito, nakompleto na natin itong ah, pang fifth set ng design problem. May tanong ulit si Chantel, ma'am, itutuloy po ba yung checking ng problem sa last meeting, track hub? Hindi ba natin tatapos na yun, track hub? Wait lang ha. Sabi ko. Track hub. Natapos natin, hindi ba natapos natin sa hanggang question 45. I think. Kaya lang bigla akong nawala kasi, sorry, umulan kasi bigla eh. Pero natapos natin yan. Hanggang number 45 lang yun. Kung kailangan nyo ng answer key, okay, let me try to send it to you. Kung hindi ngayon, bukas. Kasi hindi ko alam kung na-save ko with the answer key. Okay? Sige, send ko na lang yung answer keys nito. So, that's okay. So, yan. Tapos na ulit tayo ng set ng design problem. So, I think meron pa tayong, if I'm not mistaken, may last class pa tayo, ano? Pero wala pang schedule. So, in that case, sa last meeting natin, magpe-prepare ako ng ano, try tayong hahanapin ko lang yung, mag-mock exam tayo. Okay? So, pero yung mock exam, baka maraming questions yun. So, pero ayoko, kasi pag mock exam, like what we did, so, for that day, dun lang sa amin ibinigay. So, pero syempre, mas mahaba yung oras namin. I think half day kami ng Hindi naman, hindi naman kami yung whole day nun. But then, more than 3 hours kami nun. But then, ito, yung bibigay ko sa inyong test, sample, test is, ibibigay ko doon, the day itself din. So, just try to answer. Or before, sige, bigyan ko kayo ng at least a day para pagtuanan nyo ng time to answer it. Siyempre, hindi ko naman kayo, online ka kasi tayo, hindi ko naman makikita kung sinasagutan nyo talaga. Okay? So, just, schedule nyo na lang properly. So, we try to answer. Bibigyan ko kayo ng, yung set na yun ay check ko lang. May tatlong problem. Design problem. Okay, and then, each design problem ay may mga question. Please, tag 20, it's either 20 to 30 questions. Okay? So, that's about it. Siguro, yung schedule natin next meeting sa group chat na lang kasi hindi ko pa rin alam ang phone. So, okay, that's all for tonight. Thank you guys. Sana yun, tuloy-tuloy lang ang review nyo, malapit na. So, huwag kayong ma-pressure or kabahan. Just lang, tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagre-review. Okay? Any questions, mag-message lang po ulit kayo or yan, katulad ng ni Chantel, I will send answer keys. Okay, for the next, kung di bukas this weekend. Okay? Thank you. Good night. Good night all. Thank you po.